Hello, 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 and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Beverly Lucas, and I am the host of For the Love of Cooking Fridays. What do I do on Fridays? I try to show you how to make a meal, a dessert, a snack, a cookie, whatever it is always better than the restaurant. Always better than the restaurant. What are we going to make today, Beverly? Since I have my ingredients in front of me, I surely know what I'm going to make today. I am making, it really doesn't have a name because I just wanted to combine these ingredients. So this is some shrimp with spinach and tomatoes. So it's kind of like a shrimp scampi because we use garlic, we use butter, but we're adding in the spinach and the tomatoes. So I didn't look up any recipes. This is Beverly's recipe. So let me introduce to you our ingredients. Of course, I have my shrimp, raw shrimp. It is all peeled and deveined, and we're going to use that. We have some spinach, and if you know spinach, you know this is gonna cook down to about a cup of spinach. I have here some herb butter. Butter is herb butter that I made from herbs from my garden. So it contains unsalted butter, parsley, rosemary, oregano, and thyme. That's what I grew for this season. So I had an excess of herbs, so I decided to make some herb butter. These are some cherry tomatoes from my garden. We're going to use that. And I also have one plum tomato. We have a lemon because whenever you are cooking seafood, a lemon always brings out the flavor of whatever seafood you are cooking. And because we are cooking seafood, we have to have some Old Bay. So I am taping this from Maryland. I've been in Maryland for the last 24 years. And the first thing I found out about is Old Bay. You have to have Old Bay in your kitchen. And we are going to make this with some linguine. You could use any type of pasta. You could use spaghetti. You could use fettuccine, but we're going to use linguine today. And we're also using some olive oil. I have about a half a cup of some dry white wine. We have some parsley, again, from my garden. I love gardening, and my love for gardening started about 4 years ago. So every year I have a garden, and I always have plenty and plenty of herbs. And we have some garlic. So those are all our ingredients. Are you ready? Are you with me? Are you really with me? Come on and go with me. This recipe, or this recipe is really one of those quick and easy recipes. Once you get all of your ingredients prepared, it's really gonna take less than 15 minutes. This is like the 15-minute meal. So I have my water boiling here. And when you cook pasta, you want to make sure that your water is salted. So my water is rapidly boiling. It is salted. I have tasted it, and it tastes like the sea, and that's the way it should. I'm going to put my linguine in there. We're going to cook it for 9 minutes exactly. And then I'm going to taste it and to see if it's al dente, which means that it still has a little bite to it. So separate from that, I have my shrimp, and I have my butter, and I have my olive oil. So the first thing I need to do is I need to grate this garlic. There is nothing like the smell of fresh garlic. So I thought I'd show you how I'm doing this. I'm smashing it, taking off the skin. And I was gonna grate it. I was gonna use this, but I decided I'm just gonna chop it up, so. I'm gonna cut it one way, then I'm gonna turn it. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make sure that it's chopped finely. And you just use the back of the knife, put it all together. And I have my lemon, so I don't have to worry about my hands smelling like garlic. All you have to do is take some lemon and squeeze it on your fingers and rub it in, and it will take the scent of the garlic away. In fact, it'll take the scent of any type of fish on your fingers away. So I have my butter and my olive oil hot. I'm gonna go ahead and add my garlic, and I'm gonna let that cook out. Let me bring you closer. Smells so good. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add my white wine. And we're going to let that cook out. Here I am chopping up my tomatoes. And we want all that juice from the tomatoes. I use a knife with a serrated edge when it comes to tomatoes. There we go. So those are all ready. Our wine is cooking out. Our pasta is done. And what I've done is I've saved 2 cups of the pasta water. So we have that here. Right now the wine is still cooking out. I did not have this in the ingredients when I started, but we have 1 chicken bouillon cube that we're going to put in there, and we're just going to put in not a lot of the pasta, maybe like a half a cup. I reserve it just in case it's too thick, which I don't imagine this is going to be. So there we have our pasta water, and to that I am going to go ahead and add our tomatoes first, and all that spinach. We're going to add it, and it's just going to cook down. It's going to cook down, and we're going to have a really nice sauce. It's only going to take a few minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of salt. To the top here. And I'm going to cover it and let it cook down. I added a little bit more of the pasta water, so it's about a cup altogether. And I'm just making sure that that sauce is incorporated in all the spinach. And we're going to cover it again and let it cook down. So while the spinach is cooking, we're going to go ahead and we're going to prepare our shrimp. This is about a pound of shrimp. And I'm going to sprinkle the Old Bay on there. I probably should have done this first. We're going to get some lemon juice. Just like that. Now let's sprinkle some more Old Bay. This is going to be delicious. Our spinach looks like this. And that is ready. This particular spinach didn't wilt as much as I thought it did, or the bag that I have was a little bit bigger than what I normally get. So we have a lot of spinach. So what I considered was cooking the shrimp separately and then adding it. But we're not going to do that. So we have the shrimp that has been prepared with the Old Bay and the lemon juice. And I'm just going to take the shrimp and I'm just going to put it in here with the tomatoes and the spinach. And you know, this shrimp altogether shouldn't take more than 5 minutes to cook. This is how it's looking. Just gonna turn the shrimp a little bit. I put in another Roma tomato. I cut up after I tasted the juice. I thought it needed another tomato. This is complete. We're going to turn off the heat. And we're going to add the pasta. Here is our finished product. Look at that. Look at that. In less than 20 minutes after preparation of the ingredients. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to taste it. The sauce is just absolutely delicious because, you know, you have to taste as you go along the way. Delicious. Wait, I want to mess up my makeup. And then the shrimp is cooked perfectly. It still has a little bite to it. I know how to cook. If I can't do anything else, I can cook and I can teach. I will always have a job. This is delicious. And the spinach, this is what I was worried about, that I had so much spinach, but it didn't affect the taste. You know what? I might even put some Parmesan cheese on this. However you want to make it. It doesn't take long. Just make sure you have everything together. I went through it with you step by step so that you can make a dish that is better than the restaurant. My name is Beverly Lucas. You have been watching For the Love of Cooking Fridays. Have you subscribed to my YouTube channel? If you have not, why don't you go ahead and subscribe? Just go on and click that button. And then when a new video comes up, you will be alerted. I thank you so much for spending this time with me. And until next week, I am signing off. Bye-bye.